Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scout Sports 101 late game wild card post game show and Sunday night football wild card update show. Well, let's start with the late game. Dallas Goddard fired one stiff arm to a Packers defender, smacked him again, and then in a sports city known for its Broad Street Blues, dispatched one final shot to face to the face on his way to the end zone. Goddard refused to be stopped, and neither were the Philadelphia Eagles in a game in which uh, they welcomed back Jalen Hurts had the had the book on Green Bay. Hurts tossed two touchdown passes in his first game since a late season concussion. Goddard threw those 2-3 stiff arms on a rugged TD catch, and the Eagles rode their NFL best defense to a 22-10 wild card playoff win. Late Sunday afternoon, early Sunday night. Hurts threw for 131 yards, but played with no hesitation in his return from a 3-week layoff after a concussion in December. He started strong, 6 straight completions to open the game, and held off the Packers with a 24-yard touchdown pass to Goddard in the third quarter that will be forever stamped on the franchise's postseason highlight reel as he pushed around Carrington Valentine on his way for the score. That was a really fun play. It might be my favorite touchdown of my career, Goddard said. I had one guy to beat, and I was able to do that. And I'm not ready to go home, and I was going to do whatever it took to help the team get the W. Philadelphia's defense handled the rest. The Eagles turned a recovered fumble on the opening kickoff to Hurts' first TD pass. 3 plays later, and the defense picked off Jordan Love twice in the first half, holding a 19-10 lead in the fourth. The Eagles forced a turnover on downs when Green Bay had a 4th and 3 on its own 41 with 5 minutes left in the game. Quinion Mitchell had one final interception of Love with a minute 51 left in the game. That sealed the win for the NFC East champions, who will host a division game next week at Lincoln Financial Field. Hurts said, "Needed to find our rhythm earlier in the game. I think it's been an odd year in a sense of how choppy it's been, and obviously me kind of being on leave the last couple of weeks or so," Hurts said. "Being back and just getting into that rhythm and leaving it all out there right now, that's what it's about." Barkley, who had led the NFL in rushing with 2,005 yards and had 119 yards in his Eagles postseason debut, and I think he is my player of the week because he's been leading. He had a really great game today, Saquon Barkley. So I'm going to give it to him, my player of the week. A year ago, I put out a tweet when I was on my couch watching playoff football that I got to find a way to get back in it. Said Barkley, who spent his first six NFL seasons with the New York Giants. So I'm just happy to be here. And a shout out to my teammates, excuse me. And most importantly, we move on and we get another home game, so that's good. The Eagles even had time for some light reading as wide receiver A.J. Brown flipped through the pages of Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy. While on the bench, Brown had one catch for 10 yards. Love threw for 212 yards and was intercepted 3 times and sacked twice as he nursed a sore right elbow that hurt in the regular season finale against Chicago. That was their goal, to take away the run, and they did a good job of that, Love said. It just comes down to executing and making plays out there, and it just wasn't good enough. Josh Jacobs ran for 81 yards and a score and popped Green Bay's offense with a 31-yard run in the third, where he shook off one tackle and had his jersey stretched to heel by one defender, plowed one more, and dragged two more hapless Eagles to the 1 yard line. Jacobs punched it in for the score on the next play and cut it to 16-10. Aided by an unnecessary roughness flag on Green Bay, Hurts got to the Eagles uh, close enough for Jake Elliott to kick a 30-yard field goal for a 19-10 lead. Elliott needed the short kick for a confidence boost after he missed the extra point on Goddard's touchdown. Elliott, who struggled with kicks from 50-plus yards this season, added a 32-yarder in the fourth quarter and a 31-yarder in the first quarter. The Eagles had the link thumping from the time the public address announcer put a little relish on his command to welcome back the Eagles lineup. It was meant to welcome back to the Eagles lineup Jalen Hurts, and to the recovered fumble moments later. Green Bay's Keyshawn Nixon had the ball knocked loose by Oren Burks, and it was recovered by Jeremiah Trotter Jr. at the Packers' 28. Hurts needed only 3 plays to find Jahan Dotson for an 11-yard touchdown. Darius Slayton went over his shoulder for the cornerback to haul in the ball like an elite receiver for an interception. And All-Pro linebacker Zach Bond made it 2 for Philadelphia. The Eagles didn't score off those picks, but did keep the Packers off the board. They've got good players, Packers coach Matt LaFleur said of the Eagles defense. Even when we're running the quick game, they were triggering and coming downhill and smacking us in the back too many times. They played better than us. Bottom line right there. Brandon McManus, who missed a 38-yard earlier, hit one from 26 yards to make it 10-3 in the third quarter. Hurts put all immediate questions about his health to rest when he completed his first 6 passes for 39 yards, including the TD to Dotson. Then he missed his next 7 going into the half. He didn't complete another pass until late in the third quarter. Then he hit 7 of his final 8 overall. That included the Goddard TD. I don't think we had the game we wanted to have on offense, Eagles coach Nick Sirianni said. Jalen did a lot of good things. Jalen is a winner. He wins. No one can argue that. Certainly not in Philadelphia on Sunday night. Packers lost receivers Romeo Doubs to a concussion. Jaden Reed to a shoulder. Offensive lineman Elton Jenkins had a stinger, and Josh Myers left leg, and several defenders to injury. Eagles linebacker Nakobe Dean was ruled out quickly after leaving with a knee injury in the second quarter. He could have been using crutches. Been seen using crutches, and with his left leg in a brace after the game. And the Packers' season is over. Their off-season has begun. And the Eagles wait to find out if they'll play Tampa Bay, the Vikings, or the Rams. So we will see who they will play. And the Lions, who are already in the divisional round, are ready to find out who they're going to play. So we shall see. So, and right now we are going to go and to the Sunday night game. Right now we're gonna check it out. It's 17-13. It's fourth quarter with 15 minutes to go. It's just getting underway. 3rd and 10 at the Tampa Bay 23, and the Commanders have the ball. So it's been kind of a low-scoring game. Not too high, not too low, but it has been low-scoring. And both these teams have It's close. It's a 4-point lead for the Baker Mayfield on the Bucks, and and right now it's 2-11 at the Tampa Bay 24. Whoa, there was a penalty. Uh, Daniels pass incomplete, deep left to Brown. Penalty on Zach McCollum. Defensive pass interference, 22 yards enforced at the Tampa Bay 23 for no play, and that's where we stand. And it's a first and goal. The Tampa Bay 1, and the Commanders have the ball. So that's basically where we stand right now with this game. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Sunday Night Football, uh, Sunday Wild Card late game, post game show on the Sunday Night Football Wild Card update show. And I'm going to be back with the Sunday Night Football Wild Card post game show once the game between the Bucks and Commanders has concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. And by the way, I took the Eagles in one, so my brother-in-law, we're both 4-0. And we have Tampa Bay for this one. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.